tinatanong ko lang ko kung tama po yung statement na narinig ko. Tama po ba na part of the subsidy given by the national government would go to investment?
Mr. Chair,
Yes or no?
tama siya. Tama siya. Pero
Yun
let
lang
me...
po ang tanong ko. But let me proceed. Wag na po kayo mag-explain. Kasi kung tinitingnan ko po yung data doon sa budget of expenditure and sources of financing, yung appropriations and obligations ng PhilHealth Insurance Corporation, from 2017 to 2022, wala po kayong isinoli na pondo. Nagamit nyo po lahat. So, totoo na nagbayad kayo sa benepisyo at ininvest ninyo. Pero sa tingin ko, mas malaki po yung investment na ginawa-gawa po ninyo eh. You remember sa budget hearing, Mr. Ledesma, sabi ko, what are you? Service provider o business?
Yung rineject ko, ma'am. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, ma'am, regardless, ma'am, we are always, like I said, ma'am, earlier, we are 110% supportive of the bringing down of the premium contributions. Wala po kaming problema dyan, ma'am, no? In fact, I also mentioned that in a Senate hearing that we are fully supporting bringing down the premium contributions. And now, Mr. Chair, I just want to touch on very briefly on Kong Manuel, no? Maganda kasi yung mga issues na bringing up ni Kong. I just want to highlight, Kong, that it's been 12 years kasi since the case packages of PhilHealth have been enhanced, no? And so I understand very clearly when you say, Kong, and everyone says that maraming namamatay, maraming nagkakasakit, diba? We fully understand that in PhilHealth. Ang hiningi lang po namin sa PhilHealth sana is konting-konti na lang pasensya. I think naman po, makikita nyo naman, it's been 12 years that we have enhanced the benefit packages. Nung pumasok po ako, in the last 2 years, sobra kaming aggressive, Kong. In fact, we continue to be more aggressive, no? And like I said, next month, almost 50%, almost across the board, no? So, again, I think I'm just asking for a little more patience from this honorable body. I'm really confident we will get there, no? I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, pero dun po talaga kami papunta eh. And I think it's very clear naman sa mga enhancements namin, sa increases, that dun kami papunta, no? Maraming salamat.
Mr.
Thank
Chair,
you. With
Mr. Chair.
Congressman.
with the indulgence of the Honorable Panaligan. Yung,
Yes, Congressman Acop, you are recognized.
Thank you. Hindi po mawala sa isip ko yung sinabi ni Mr. Lim Siaco na part of the subsidy given to PhilHealth would be used for investment. Tama po ba yung pagkarinig ko?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Mr. Lim Siaco, you are recognized.
maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat ko. As I mentioned, once papasok ang pera sa korporasyon, pambayad sa benepisyo, and of course, pag hindi na ready na tayo, nabayaran na natin yung mga benepisyo, the excess money ay napasok natin sa investment. Now, the pera from the national government, Mr. Chair, as I mentioned kanina, in the year 2023, ang alokasyon from the tax ay nasa 80 bilyones. And
Wag na po tayong pumunta doon sa details. Tinatanong ko lang ko kung tama po yung statement na narinig ko. Tama po ba na part of the subsidy given by the national government would go to investment?
Mr. Chair,
Yes or no?
tama siya. Tama siya. Pero
Yun
let
lang
me...
po ang tanong ko. But let me proceed. Wag na po kayo mag-explain. Kasi kung tinitingnan ko po yung data doon sa budget of expenditure and sources of financing, yung appropriations and obligations ng PhilHealth Insurance Corporation, from 2017 to 2022, wala po kayong isinoli na pondo. Nagamit nyo po lahat. So, totoo na nagbayad kayo sa benepisyo at ininvest ninyo. Pero sa tingin ko, mas malaki po yung investment na ginawa-gawa po ninyo eh. You remember sa budget hearing, Mr. Ledesma, sabi ko, what are you? Service provider o business? Di ba? Tinanong ko po kayo noon eh. Why? because according to the records, your interest income for 2022 was 11 billion. And your other income is 698 million plus. In 2023, your interest income rose from 11.5 billion to 20.7 billion. So, ibig sabihin, lumaki yung investment amount ninyo. Di po ba? So, you're becoming a business enterprise, not a service enterprise. The statistics would show that. You could just imagine, from 2022, 11.5 ang interest income ninyo. In 2023, yung interest income nyo is 20.7 billion. And your other income rose also from 698 million to 815 million. So, yung earning ang nangyayari eh.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Ledesma, you're recognized.
Duly noted, Mr. Chair. Yes, that is correct. That is all correct, Mr. Chair. But I'd like to mention po, that's why I keep on reiterating po that our primary focus now is on benefit expansion. So, Mr. Chair, if we do that, we aggressively focus on benefit expansion, yung trend na po yan, mag-shift po yan, diba? Dahil umaakyat yan, ngayon, magiging pababa na mo yan. Especially now that we are very aggressive. But po, we will not deny, tama po lahat ng sinabi po ni Honorable Ako.
Okay, having said that, may we know what is the ratio of the payout versus the investment source from the subsidy for the year 2023 and 2024?
Yes, Your,
Ano
yeah,
po yung-
Yes, Your Honor. Can we just
Yes,
give,
yung
given a
binibigay
few...
sa inyong, in short, gusto po naming malaman, yung binibigay sa inyong subsidy, ano yung ratio ng binibigay ninyo sa tao at yung portion nun kung ilan ang ini-invest ninyo?
We'll just, Your Honor, we'll put together the figures. It's a very good question. No? We'll put together the figures, Your Honor, with your permission.
Yes, please.
Given a minute.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
for 2023, Mr. Chair, the benefit payout of PhilHealth for the for the indirect contributors amounting to 58 billion, Mr. Chair.
58 billion.
Apo, ang ating
Ito yung payout.
GAA, Mr. Chair, ay nasa 80. But the amount released in CA by DBM ay nasa 50. So in other words, for year 2023, mas mataas yung benefit payout natin sa indirect compared to the received amount of 50 bilyones, Mr. Chair.
Ang gusto kong malaman, magkakano muna yung binigay sa inyong subsidy nun, noong 2023?
Sa 2023, Mr. Chair, 80 billion po sa
80
GAA po
billion.
natin. Opo.
Okay. Sa 80 billion, 58
50
billion sa payout.
Opo.
Okay. So yung remaining na ilan ang ano nun? 22 billion, ito yung napunta sa investment.
Hindi po, Mr.
Saan?
Chair. As I mentioned, Mr. Chair, 50 na receive namin na NCA. Pera.
50 lang ang natanggap ninyo.
50 lang natanggap namin.
Okay. So saan kayo kumuha ng 8 billion?
Mr. Chair, ito po ay ang pera na nalikom ng korporasyon for the past several years, including yung mga premium contribution from the direct. Yun ang pinampabayad po natin.
So ibig sabihin, yung remaining na 22 hindi ninyo natanggap.
Hindi pa
nyo
po
na-receive.
namin natanggap.
So may utang pa sa inyo yung ano?
DBM po.
DBM.
Opo, nag-usap na po kami last week po ni Yosek
Okay.
Toledo.
Sa 2024,
Sa 2024, Mr. Chair,
magkano muna yung subsidy ninyo, supposedly?
the subsidy from the Syntax ay 40. 40. And
Bakit ang layo ng ano, from 80B naging 40? Okay,
yun,
so 40B ang naging subsidy.
40
Okay.
billion po.
So,
And
dito,
benefit payment po, as I mentioned kanina, as of September, ay nasa 62.4 billion already.
62 billion ang
Benefit payout.
payout.
And
Baka sinasabi mo, sinama mo na yung subsidy tsaka yung ano, parang kinumbine mo na.
Hindi, Mr. Chair. That is intended for the indirect contributors account, Mr. Chair.
So, eto lahat, etong 58 billion, eto na yung buong payout sa buong 2023. Tama?
That is intended for the indirect contributors, Mr. Chair.
Kaya nga, sa buong 2023.
Opo.
So, magkano supposedly yung galing sa inyo? Kasi pag sinabi mong subsidy, tulong lang to eh.
Opo.
Di ba?
Opo.
So, yung galing sa inyo, parang ginawa mo, parang lahat, kinover mo lahat dun sa subsidy eh. Yung sa inyo.
Mr. Chair, for year 2023, the benefit payout ay nasa 118 billion. And again, the
Ilan yung ano?
118 billion, Mr. Chair, yung total benefit payout ng PhilHealth. So,
Hindi, yung galing sa inyo.
so 118 billion bawas ng 58. Mga 60 bilyones, Mr. Chair,
So, magkano yung collection ninyo?
sa collection po natin. Ang collection po ng PhilHealth total,
Magkano yung total for 2023?
2023, Mr. Chair, total premium received. Cash po ito, from cash flow.
Okay.
Nasa 198 billion, Mr. Chair.
198 billion.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Sa 198 billion, di ba dapat ito muna yung uubusin mo? Tapos kung may matitira lang sa, kung kukulangin ito, saka tayo kukuha sa subsidy. Tama po ba yun? Kasi ang subsidy, ano yun eh, parang suporta lang yun eh. In the event na kulang eh. Tama ba?
Mr. Chair,
Parang ang ginawa mo, lahat kinarga mo yung kalahati sa ano, kinarga mo dun sa subsidy, para ang ganda nga naman pakinggan, nagamit ninyo yung subsidy. Tapos yung supposedly sa inyo, kinaltasan lang ninyo ng konti, tapos yung bulto, yun ang ininvest ninyo. Tama ba pagkakaintindi ko, Ma'am Congresswoman Kimbo? Mas magaling po kayo sa math.
Mr. Chair, itanong natin kay SVP. Ipaliwanag ninyo sa amin kung paano ba ang isang insurance fund. Hindi naman tama na kung kumokolekta ka ng piso mula sa isang grupo, ay yung piso na yan ay dapat i-apply doon sa grupo na yan. Dahil ang insurance is risk pooling. Tama po ba?
tama, Mr. Chair.
Oh, so ibig sabihin na hindi naman porket sumingil ka para sa indigent families. Ibig sabihin para sa 4Ps, para sa seniors, etc. Na halimbawa 74 billion. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na kailangan 74 billion lang ang gagastusin natin para sa grupong ito. Tama po ba?
Mr. Chair, tama po.
Because
Correct po.
that's not how an insurance fund works. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Mr.
Kaya
Chair.
nga tayo may tinatawag na i-compute natin actuarially kung magkano ba dapat ang premiums. Tama po ba?
Tama, Mr. Chair.
So, wag niyo pong lilituhin kami. 'Di ba? So, kasi parang ang pinapalabas ninyo is kulang pa ang binibigay ng Kongreso sa PhilHealth. Parang ganyan ang pinapalabas ninyo eh.
Parang, kung tama po yung pagkakaintindi ko una muna nilang ginagamit yung subsidy. Tapos yung contribution nila, na dapat doon muna nila binabawas, yun na lang, kung may sobra pa. Kaya ang laki ng sobra nila doon sa mismong contribution. Parang gano'n nangyari dito subsidy, dapat tulong lang yan eh. Hindi yan yung pinaka-main na pinagkukunan ninyo. Parang ginawa niyo, binaligtad ninyo eh.
Mr. Chair.
Ang ganda nga naman pakinggan, ubos lahat yung subsidy. May utang pa ngayon tayo.
Mr.
Mr.
Chair,
Chair.
yung collection kasi dapat yung unahin gastusin. Tapos yung subsidy, kung kulang yung collection nyo, saka papasok yung subsidy. Di ba? So ito na lang, can we ask the commitment of the President of PhilHealth? Mr. Ledesma, kasi sinasabi nyo po ngayon, which we appreciate it, no? Kasi by next month, tataas ng 50%. Tama? Yun yung sinasabi dito, di ba? Mag-increase tayo ng program benefits, which hopefully mag-take effect by next month. But you failed to fulfill the second mandate. Sinasabi nyo po doon sa opening statement nyo, which I quote, financially robust ang PhilHealth. Ang PhilHealth ay social insurance. So why don't we get a commitment from the PhilHealth President na magkaroon ng decrease dito sa amount ng contribution of members? Can you confirm this year nag-increase kayo ng PhilHealth contributions? at 5%?
Actually, Mr. Chair, may I? Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Ledesma.
Actually, all of these premium contributions are set by law po, no? So hindi po kaming we have no hand in this, no? Lahat yan nakaset po, no? And then just for the information of this honorable body, it's currently at 5% this year. Yan po yung huling increase, no? After that, wala na. Every year umaakyat po yan eh. So to answer your question, Mr. Chair, that wala po kaming say doon. It's set by law po.
Yes, but you can confirm you have enough reserve funds. Ang malinaw dito sa mandato ng PhilHealth, sabi dito, PhilHealth is mandated to set aside a portion of its accumulated revenues not needed to meet the current year's expenditures as reserve funds. Total reserve funds shall not exceed the actuarial estimate of 2 years' projected expenditures. If the ceiling is exceeded, the excess of the reverse reserve funds shall be used. Number one, increase the program benefits, which is you just have committed, and by next year, tataas ng 50%. And number two, decrease the amount of contribution of the members. Yun ang mandato ho ninyo eh. So can we commit, can you commit na hindi lang kayo nakatuon or nakafocus doon sa benefit expansion, but can you commit also, as prayed by the Honorable Stella Kimbo last year and for this year, na kung pwede i-decrease nyo yung premium contribution?
Mr. Chair, if I may. Actually, Mr. Chair, in a Senate hearing chaired by Senator Bongo, I actually made a commitment to sit down with my team in PhilHealth to recommend for a decrease in the premium contributions. No, I think if my understanding is correct, Mr. Chair. So what the commitment you're asking from me now is to commit to try to work for a decrease in the premium contribution. Yeah, to answer your question, Mr. Chair, yes, on that. At the same time, Mr. Chair, I'd like to say that the bill that was, I think that's on third reading in the Senate, that is supposed to recommend for a reduction of the premium contribution from 5% to 3.25, we are fully supporting that po, no? So that's our way of well, we can also look into, Mr. Chair, what possibilities we have to recommend for the reduction, no? But aside from that, Mr. Chair, again, I can assure this honorable committee that we are fully supporting that reduction, no? And that's a very huge reduction po.
Yes,
Chair.
Thank you, Mr.
The chair would like to give the
Mr.
floor
Chair.
to... Yes. Hindi pa yata tapos si Congressman Akop. Please continue, Congressman Akop. Sorry.
Mr. Chair, I was driving the point na napakalaki po yung pera ng ng PhilHealth. Because
Mr. Chair, point of order po. Kasi ang daming nakalista. So, ang daming mga interjection. Pwede po
Yes,
bang tapusin na natin si Kong Akop, tapos
Yes, after
doon na tayo
Kong Akop, we will proceed to
Oo, kasi
Congressman Panaligan.
Ako pang huli
Sorry.
kasi, Mr. Chair eh.
Yes, sorry.
Meron pa tayong plenary. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Pasensya na po, medyo nadala lang po kami sa... Nakirid away lang po kami. Please continue, Congressman Akop.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Mr. Ledesma, gusto ko lang i-point out talaga na ang nakikita ko business na kayo Yeah. From all the data that's in front of me. Kasi your investment in time deposits, local currency, amounts to 135 billion in 2023. While in 2022, it was 126.4 billion. So, it's sa isang taon, nag-invest kayo sa time deposit by 10 billion. So, now, we go to the other investment that you have.
Mr. Chair, just a
Hindi,
quick...
para malaman na ng tao.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, just a quick...
No, you let me finish first. Kasi you also have investment sa securities. Tama po. And I would like to read yung investment in government bonds. in 2022, 270.7 billion. In 2023, 331.6 billion. You could just imagine that. Ang lalaki. Now, investment in corporate bonds from 1.1 billion to 4.4 billion. So, ang utak po ninyo ay investment. Hindi po service. The way I look at the data. Now, you also have earnings doon po sa right of use. Tama po. And I think it would amount to 1+ billion a year. So, ang dami-dami ninyong kwan eh. Dito sa data na nandito sa harapan ko. So, why is it like that? Hindi po para sa tao yung nangyayari na yung the money of PhilHealth should be used to increase the package or to decrease the contribution. I don't see that in the data that's available to this representation.
Can I comment, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
Again, Mr. Chair, thank you so much. We are not, everything you mentioned was true. We are not refuting everything that was mentioned by Honorable Acop. Again, like I said earlier, we have to change our policy, or we have already begun to change our policy. So yes, it is showing that our investments are increasing, so and so. But again, I'm humbly asking this honorable committee to give us just a little more patience. It's very clear what direction we're taking po. And our focus on benefit expansion will continue to be as aggressive. And in the next few years, iiba yung trend po at iikot yon. So I just want to mention that po. We hear you loud and clear, Mr. Chair. We are changing our direction, we are changing our policy, and we will get there. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And the chair would